Inside Rhetoric,
where we are hitting truth in the face. I am your co-host, Charmaine.
And I am DJ Steele.
Yes, and we have Superior Everett here. We're going to be discussing about relationships, part 2 to why do people cheat from a male perspective.
Yeah, we probably going to be all over the place with this.
Exactly. All over. So, Superior, you want to tell the viewers a little bit about yourself?
Some of you might know him by him being in a band. He's you're a keyboardist, right?
That's correct.
He's a musician.
And tell them what band you've been in.
Or some people that you played for.
Babyface, SWV, Guy.
Wow.
Brandy.
Wow.
Mariah Carey.
You still in touch with Brandy? You still get in touch with Brandy?
Yes, actually, I'm about to email her a song.
Oh, what?
Listen. I mean, even went back on the subject.
And then I play for a lot of local artists here in Columbia. Dante Louise, Terrence Young. I also have 4 projects of my own out.
Wow, really?
Yes.
So at the end, you want to tell the viewers about your projects that you have and how we can support.
Yes.
So, you want to get into this
let's talk about
discussion?
Why people cheat. Part 2.
From the male perspective.
So, Mr. Superior, what are your thoughts on why people cheat?
Well, it's so many. Like, first of all, there's one area that we never deal with, and that's usually sexual addiction. A lot of men, especially black men, we sexual addicts, and we never ever address it because what we do is just hide it and keep on going, and we don't deal with it in our community.
And that's strong. You say sex addicts.
This is true. Nymphos.
Yeah, because most guys usually lose their virginity about 14, 15.
Okay.
In that age.
Yeah.
So then they used to having sex.
That's true.
A lot of it.
Yeah.
Some guys, when they even not having sex, they have sex by themselves. They have me time.
Yeah.
So now, you got guys that go through the college phase, the high school phase, where they got all these women, and then they get in a relationship, and then you're talking about, okay, now I want you to go from having sex almost every day to now only getting it when I feel like giving it to you.
Wow.
Which could be 2-3 times a week. And then you wondering why he won't stop cheating. Because and most men can't verbalize why they can't
communicate.
They can't communicate and put in words why they cheating.
Because they're in denial.
Yeah, they're in denial.
Denial about what?
About being an addict.
Yeah. Most men don't.
So you're saying that most black men are sex addicts?
I'm not gonna say most, a lot, because there's some.
Not a lot.
But quite a few, because you got a lot of guys like I use myself.
Okay.
I was always popular in school. I was right. So I always had a lot of females, and I never ever had a problem. The women always wanted to holler at me because I was the star of the basketball team. I was a musician. I was a player, and so then to go from that and try to be in a relationship, and then now you scratching your head like. So
that's a hard transition.
It really
is.
Why
go into a relationship knowing that
it's hard out there for a pimp? I'm just saying.
Why would you go in a relationship knowing, like you say, you used to getting it every day, probably getting a relationship 2 to 3 times? So why pursue a relationship when you're not ready?
I'm gonna answer that one. Okay, you go through all these stages that you're talking about, but at some point in time, you do want to settle down.
Right.
Every man wants to settle down at some point in time. But transitioning to that is the hard part.
So that's what I mean. Why don't you just get a relationship when you already done the transition?
You put it in your mind that you're ready for that, but really you're not really ready for it.
So see, y'all being selfish because you're not thinking about this moment while y'all in y'all transition.
But you have to look at it like a disease. Because you can't just up and stop a disease. It really is.
It's like
you just see what I'm dealing with. I'm trying to hold y'all down.
Most addicts, let's be real. Most addicts cannot really.
You can't stop cold.
Can't stop cold turkey, and you just can't rehab yourself.
Okay.
And now most people, especially black people, in every subject, not in areas of my life, we try to fix ourselves.
That's true.
We
That's
do.
true. We don't like counseling.
Right.
Exactly.
And we don't even want to talk about it.
That's so true.
We will never address it.
We won't admit that.
Yeah, we're not gonna admit that. Oh, I got a problem. I love sex and I have a problem. Well, we won't admit that.
Wow, that is interesting. I never heard that.
Because if you think about it, if you tell somebody you're a sex addict, what's the first thing that'll come to your head? What's the first thing? Exactly.
Pervert.
And then nobody wants that because that sticks with you for the rest of your life.
Right.
I get that. So I would think moving forward, it needs to be communicated to our younger. In some way, like you have a son, you have a son as well. So maybe that's something later as they get in, you probably have that conversation. Because the reason why I'm saying from a woman's perspective, okay, y'all in your transition, you know you're really not wanting to be, you want a relationship, but you're not showing the actions of really wanting to be in a relationship. But in the meantime, you're hurting the female.
Yeah.
And so that's because
we are, but it's not intentional.
But see, then that needs to be communicated. See, that's where we as women say, you know, y'all don't like to communicate.
That's not true. Y'all don't want us to communicate to you because if I tell you like, hey, look.
Yeah, I know. I'm gonna be out here saying
hey, look.
Ladies see selfishness. They want to take. That's
what happens is if I tell you, hey, look, I'm looking to get in a relationship, but you know, I'm just not quite there yet, you know.
Yeah.
And what y'all gonna do?
You know, most women gonna say, well, I want somebody that's ready for a relationship.
Peace.
Right. So then what that would do? So now I got a problem, so I'm home having me time.
You are.
So I don't want me time. I want to play with other people.
You're still hurting the women.
It's not intentional.
But it's not intentional.
So you want us to accept?
No.
You didn't say that.
Well, I think that women gotta also, like, I'm honest with my daughters. I got a daughter at 16, 19, and 22.
Oh wow!
And I'll be honest with them, and we talk, communicate, and I let them know, look, hey, all guys' attention at your age is just sex. He's not. I don't care how much you tell him, but Dad, this guy's different. No, he is not.
Honest dad.
All he wants is that. Now, after once he get to sex, then he start looking at you and say, "Oh, you're a nice person." But meanwhile, his goal is like a car salesman. Look, my goal is to sell you this car. I don't care if I don't care if you can afford the car.
And this is why I need to go buy another gun.
I don't care if you can afford the car. My job is, you want the car? You like the Benz? Yeah, I know you're not on the Benz budget, but you know what? I think we can make this happen.
So you are admitting that when y'all in your transitional phase, that y'all are wrong.
Yes. I can admit that.
Wow, viewers, ladies, did you hear that?
Yes. But I also feel like women also got to do their due diligence. Meaning that they need to ask the right questions and they need to interview correctly to find out. Hey, a relationship is like a job and it's like an interview. And when I approach women, I always approach it like an interview. I'm trying to find out all the information I can find out up front. So I can find out, are you crazy? Are you psycho? I try to find out, are you family based?
That's true.
You know, are you career minded?
Yeah.
You know, so I ask them questions. Oh, okay, what's your relationship like with you and your parents? You know, how long was your parents married?
Yeah.
How long was
Does that play a factor?
Yes, because that tells me.
Because you know we have a lot of I won't say broken homes, but you know, single parents. So how would you handle that?
That plays a part because I look at it because my thing is I have kids and as kids what I notice is this: kids don't do what you say, they do what they see.
That's so true.
They do.
And people usually do what they see, not what you say. So I pay attention to details like that. So I'm looking and trying to see, okay, it's an interview process. So while we talking, I'm asking you questions and while I'm analyzing each question as I ask you. So if I ask you, hey, what's the longest relationship you ever been in? And you tell me, oh, well, 6 months. And especially if you're 30 and past 30 and you haven't been in a relationship that's longer than 5 years, I'm like, you have an issue, you know. And then I look at everything. If I look at you, you got kids. I look at the fact, well, how many baby daddies you got? Which means that you make a lot. Which means you make a lot of bad decisions consistently. And so, I analyze. I used to analyze everything in your life. So
that also means you got drama coming too.
Right.
You got baggage.
Right. You got baggage. I got to deal with baby daddy drama. Right. I got to deal because I can deal with your drama because when you stressed now because he didn't pay his child support, who gonna have to hear it? Me.
Exactly.
You gonna call me? Yeah, I might be short on my car.
Because when we do the interview process as well, I mean, I know when I meet a guy, whatever, I usually ask, you know, do you have kids? You know, how many mothers, you know, that you have, your kids? Because that plays a role for me as well. Because that tells me a lot about your character.
Right. And I look at your stability. How long you been at your
job?
Important. How long you been at your job? You know.
Does it matter?
Yes, it does. Because I want to know. Well, that gives me a track record of you as a person. Are you a stable person? Are you committed? Or you just, you know, well, I was at this job, but I quit that job because I didn't like my supervisor. And the truth of the matter is, you're not gonna like. Nobody ever liked their supervisor. Nobody don't like the boss. Okay, everybody think the boss is a butthole. Most people really feel like
there's challenges on jobs.
Right. So I look at all of that. And then all that comes back to play into the relationship and who you are as a person. So I tell my daughters, you have to look deeper than everything. You ask these questions to try to figure out who this person is. I feel like you don't date potential. I'm like,
define potential.
Oh, he has the potential. He's talking about doing a business. You know, I think the most popular thing is he's looking to be a producer.
At what age?
He's 25. I'm talking about being a producer. So I asked, well, do you got a studio? Do you have a business plan?
Yeah, you should have something working towards the goal.
You got to actively be working and making that happen.
So what if he's 35 and still talking about a potential?
Then
he got a problem.
That's a no. That's like what?
Hold on, red flag.
Red flag. Only thing he's good for is 2-3 nights and a free dinner and bye. It was fun. It was nice. At least get a dinner out there. You know, because look, I know it's hard, and women got itches just like men got an itch. So
Okay, so hold on. That's true. So what are some other factors in cheating besides the sex part?
Well, most men cheat usually to fill voids, and a lot of people, like we were talking before the show, like a lot of times people cheat because they in relationships and marriage happen, and then marriage and kids happen.
Come into play.
And kids always change the dynamic of a relationship. Because once you have kids, your life is no longer your own.
Exactly.
Your life
responsible for other people.
Right. And there's only 24 hours in the day. So you wake up at 6 o'clock in the morning and you get the kids ready. By 8 o'clock, everybody's out the house. You're going to work. 5 o'clock, you're out from work.
Homework with kids.
Dinner. If the kids are active, you got basketball, chill,
whatever,
dance, and you all over the place. Now, by 8-9 o'clock, you're done. Now, your husband's sitting up there like,
because he only went to work.
No, I'm an active father. I'm an active father.
Some fathers that just feel like they should just go to work, and that's it.
If you still doing that, you're a loser. You're losing because I feel like if I know if I want some, I need to take the load off my wife. So this way I could be able to reap more benefits at night.
Good point there.
So
take the load off.
Right. So if I know she's out taking the kids to do things, I would do dinner. To help out. Or I would take usually on Tuesday I take my kids to Taekwondo. So she can have some free time after she get home. Have quiet time.
A lot of men don't understand that. A lot of men do not understand that.
So, but what ended up happening though after all of that? Now she's tired, and you look at sex. Women start looking at sex as a chore. Like, oh my God, I'm tired. I gotta get back up and do this in the morning. So let me hurry up and give him some so I don't have to hear his mouth. And we know that you're giving us this half behind sex, but we ain't gonna say no. So then you give it to us, and it's like, okay, thank you, appreciate it.
So how does that make a man feel? If you know that it's coming from that woman as, oh, it's just a chore, let me just do it and whatever. How does that make you?
There's no feeling in it. There's no emotion in it.
You want emotion. I feel like.
But you know, we've been taught that y'all are not emotional.
If you're
more physical. And maybe that can be started with a little bit of communication.
But no, if you're in a relationship, there's emotion in there.
Right.
If you're in a relationship, there's emotion.
If I'm committed to you, there's emotion.
There's emotion,
Now, we handle our emotions differently.
Yeah.
Men, I remember.
I agree with that.
When I went to philosophy class, the first thing that my professor had said was, the difference between men and women is men think more logically, women think more emotionally.
Exactly.
Right.
We are very emotional.
Right. So, men, we always going to tend to lean to the logic than more to our heart.
Yeah.
And most everything we do, even with picking our mates, I could be in love with this one girl.
Yeah.
And she's wonderful. I love her.
Yeah.
But logically, me and her make more sense. Because we fit.
So do y'all marry off logic or, you know, what you saying?
I marry off of logic.
Oh.
I'm not speaking for everything. I marry off of logic.
Ladies, do you hear that?
I looked at my life.
Do you think more percentage of men marry off of logic rather than emotion?
I think a lot of men don't even know why they marry.
Right.
Right.
Wow.
They just marry.
Right. Because some men get pressured and they give
Which
into the
is not good.
pressure.
I don't believe in pressuring a man to marry.
Yeah.
If he don't want to be.
But it might not be his mate person.
Right. And then
you got family involved in that too.
Right. It could be the mother. It could be his grandmother.
So do men break under pressure and just will go along with the marriage?
Some do.
I've seen that happen.
Some do.
But why?
I don't know.
Well,
I don't know.
I can
The
speak on
woman
that.
who my mother wanted me to marry.
Yeah.
I said, hell no.
Look, I can speak on that. You hear it so much, you start believing it yourself, and then you make yourself think you're in love.
Right, and that's true, because that was happening to me recently with something else. I had people try to push me to go to be a pastor, and I was like,
you know that wasn't really
that's your dream.
Right.
And that's not what I want, and it's the same thing in a relationship. You can't have people, well, y'all been together a long time. What are you waiting for? What are you waiting for? You know, y'all been together for 4 years. Why y'all not married?
That's true.
Apparently, I must see something that
I've actually gotten in relationships like that because I got pressured in it. I was like,
wow.
I started thinking about it later.
It's good to hear from a male
And
perspective.
then you have women, you know, we put it down, and after we put it down, they think we in a relationship. Like, hold on, let's not mix up good sex. You know. Let's not mix up good sex and relationship.
That communication comes in that. What is
you ever communicate, y'all still lose it. I used to tell women, I'm not looking for a relationship. I say, I'm looking for friendship.
Yeah.
And
that's some of us, we do try to pursue that relationship.
Yeah, and I'm
going to tell you this is what it's going to be. Yeah. So I get that.
Yeah, and women have okay, that's what you say now.
Yeah.
You're going to change. But no, I'm looking for friendship, and if it turns into a relationship, we deal with it when we get down the road.
Yeah.
Now, 9 out of 10 times we deal down the road, it was time for me to go. We get to the point.
I don't really have any intentions of being in a relationship.
No, that's what they said up front.
I said that up front.
Yeah.
And, I'm helping men. Now, stop saying. Just tell them that you're looking for a friendship. Friendship is relationship. It's just on different levels. There are different levels.
The whole point of friendship. Exactly.
Yeah, because even a marriage is a friendship.
Yeah,
at the end of the day, it's just a higher level.
But you know the whole problem is, men, they want to say what they want to say what's going to get them the booty. That's what they're going to say.
Right. And we know that.
Whatever it takes.
And we know that if we say
we love you, I love you.
It's like church. You say
I don't do that. I can't do that because
I never say that word. I always say that.
You don't go to that extreme.
No. I don't do that.
Thin line between love and hate, remember?
Yeah.
You also know how that turns out.
Yeah.
I don't feel like you should tell a woman that you love them. I used to tell them that I care for you, and care is a form of love, it's just a lower level. Right now, and then when they tell me they love me, I was like, oh, I am so flattered and I'm honored.
So a man knows when he finds his wife or his mate?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Is it just a feeling for y'all? Like we know when we know when our man cheating, we just have that intuition.
You said she went back from knowing her man to cheating.
Like we do. I'm just saying, do a man knows because they do.
It's logic. When I met my wife, we sat and talked, and we both wanted the same. Our wants and needs was the same. And that's important because a lot of times in relationships, most people's wants and needs are totally different. You want to live in the city, I want to live in the country.
Exactly. Yeah, that's true.
You know, I'm looking to build businesses. You happy with just working your 9-to-5 job and going to work? But I need somebody to have more vision that see bigger than this. So we got to make sure we all on the same page and we want the same thing, and we can execute this thing together because it's not just about right now. And then I don't believe in marrying for love. I believe love is love is overrated. I'd rather marry I'd rather be your best friend than to be your man.
That's true. You want
well, you're supposed to be both.
Yeah, but girls and their friends, they can curse each other out. And by Friday, that would be drinking us some sangria.
That's true.
And be cool. Now they man, I don't know, can I do this? This not working out. I don't know. We gonna have to talk about this thing.
But friendship is important.
Right, but
friendship is important.
But if I'm your best friend,
yeah.
We look past that because the friendship is more important than the emotion, and we're not basing our relationship off love. And especially with love. I've been married 13 years. I'd be lying if I said I was in love with my wife every day.
Yeah, you really would be. Because that's not feasible.
Right, it's not feasible. So if I had built my relationship off of love, what would have happened was something don't feel right. It's just not right.
Somebody got to hear it done wrong.
It's just not right. And just because I don't love you no more, I guess it's time for us to get a divorce. Because, but when we friends, that friendship go past all the love, which actually.
So is this and I was reading an article yesterday. Once a cheater, always a cheater.
Here we go. Here we go.
I used to be a cheater.
I'm putting it out there.
I used to be a cheater. I'm a witness that cheaters can reform.
I do believe that too.
Cheaters Anonymous.
I do believe that.
Yeah,
I do believe
I'm
that.
in recovery every day, But
I do believe that.
You don't know just because you cheat once don't mean you remain a cheater.
Yeah.
Now there's some guys that do because they never really ever do soul searching to find out why do I do this.
Yeah.
And once you realize, well, what am I getting out of cheating? Because I know when I was cheating, it was to get my ego strong.
Okay, well look, we gonna take a little break. We gonna come back and we gonna finish this story. We gonna finish this story. So we'll be right back.
Let Ringside Rhetoric help your upstart or even your established business get noticed even more than it already is. Go to ringsiderhetoric.com and check out our very, very, very reasonable advertisement packages. Depending on your package choice, you'll get multiple commercials during our podcast as well as a banner spot on the website. Again, go to ringsiderhetoric.com, click on the advertisement link, and let us help you grow your business.
Alright, welcome everybody back to Ringside Rhetoric. We got Charmaine some help now.
Yeah!
We have another guest with us. We have Miss Natalie, Louise.
Hey, how y'all doing?
Just tell us a little bit about yourself first.
I am Natalie Louise. I'm from Ridgeway, South Carolina, a little town. And I sing R&B. Gospel is where I come from, but I'm an R&B singer, so yeah, I'm glad to be here and contribute to the conversation.
She's going to help balance it out.
Yeah, so I got some help now. So.
Exactly.
Okay, so we were on the subject of why people cheat. Well, why men cheat, I guess, because that's where it seemed to be going.
Exactly.
So.
Right.
From the male perspective.
Right. Okay.
So, okay, I'm going to ask you, why do you think people cheat?
why do I think people cheat? Okay,
Yes.
so we have to put these in two different brackets because men and women are completely different. Men are from Mars, women are from Venus, or however you want to put it. We look at things in completely different ways. So I feel like women cheat just because there is, I think if we take away everything else, people cheat because there is a void. And
we can agree with that.
If we look at across the board, if we cancel all the feelings and emotion, we cheat because there is a void. So if as a woman, if I'm in a relationship with a man who doesn't pay attention to me, he's always out, he never acknowledges me, and somebody else is acknowledging me, making me feel special, telling me that, hey, I want to be that person in your life. If I don't end that situation and I start a new situation, that's cheating.
That's
but I did that because the person that I loved didn't love me in the way I needed to be loved. And I think that's a big part of cheating. You're not receiving love in the way you need to receive that love.
That is so true.
Okay. So communication is
well, it all depends on how you receive love, because some people, I read a book called The 5 Love Languages. I can't say the author off my top of my head, but some people receive love by gifts. Some people receive love by words of confirmation. So you might need to hear "I love you" every day. So I mean, it's just, you have to be honest, I think, about what you need to be satisfied. And I think that, that's my little spiel about why I think people cheat.
Now, Superior's over there getting this look over there.
I actually agree with her.
Wow.
I agree with her because it's mainly because of voids.
Yeah.
That's true.
But there's other things that's not always a void, because like a lot of men cheat because you're right now. And we look at, sometimes we be in a situation with a woman and we know she can get me through for right now. She's not what I'm looking for. And men look at it like a job. I'm not going to put my job where I'm getting health benefits and everything right now and quit my job and just to spare your feelings, because men are selfish. Well, especially and cheating is selfish. So a lot of times men will cheat and then I will hang on to you, and knowing that you don't have everything I need to be with you for forever.
Wasted time.
Right, and while we looking for other things. Now, meanwhile, you become a victim of the situation.
You hurt the females.
And
I think that just listening to that and just thinking about it, I feel like men are childish. Men that cheat are childish, and this is why I say that. We can reference the word.
Yes.
When I was a child, I spake as a child, but when I became a man, I put away childish things. And I'm going to say this: when you are a child or a teenager, or you just get your first job and you don't have no bills, you spending that money like you want to spend it. You out here, hey, I want these shoes. Right, but when you buy a house, you're going to make sure you have the funds available to pay your insurance. You're going to make sure you're going to say, oh no, I'm not going to play. I'm not going to go out every night. I'm not going to do this. Because I need my house. I need my car. I need my insurance. So I feel like when you cheat, it's childish, because what you're doing is forsaking this priority that takes care of me daily.
Exactly.
You're forsaking that because you want to go play.
well, first of all, everyone is not a house. Okay, that's
everyone doesn't have a house.
Right, because everyone is
because
not a
everyone
house.
can't afford a house.
But see, a lot of women are apartments and they think they're houses.
Okay, well guess what?
Okay.
Well, this is what you do that.
So what happens? So what happens if I'm looking for a house? Usually I gotta live someplace, and I'm gonna live in an apartment until I can afford, until I get my money together, until I can afford to get a house.
So
that's
what's
the
the definition of a woman?
That's varies from man to man.
Because
now,
you say you got a house and realize you have an apartment.
That can happen.
Right.
Yeah.
So I get it. But a lot of times people go into situations saying, "Oh, baby, you my house," knowing in their head this is an apartment, but baby, you my house. And then you have the girl thinking, "Oh, I'm his house. He gonna take care of me. He gonna do right by me." Meanwhile, you still looking for a house out in these streets. She think this my house. Just like long-term apartment renters, I've been in this apartment for 15 years.
That's so
there are relationships that last 15 years.
So 5 years is too long.
No, people.
I do know people that have lived in apartments.
Or we think about just relationships.
Yeah.
I know people have been in relationships with somebody for 10 years.
Yes, exactly.
And I'm like, what are you waiting on? Are you waiting on this person to propose to you? What are you waiting on?
So the goal is always gotta be marriage.
3 years is too.
I feel like the goal is whatever is right for you.
Exactly.
Well, I agree to a certain extent. For most men, marriage is not a priority.
Yeah,
Right.
until
I agree with that.
they can't do for themselves, then they want somebody to help take
They
care
want
of
a wife. They don't want to sign the paper, and they don't want to give a last name. They want a
Oh, boy,
wife.
she got real
If
good back
they're
there.
sick, if they're sick, then they want a wife that come
Okay,
and bring them
yeah.
the soup and da this and that.
But part of that is doing due diligence. I got older daughters, and I always tell my daughters this: don't pay attention to the words. Look at the person's action.
Action.
So if you with a man and he's telling you that, hey, your house, I want to spend the rest of my life with you. I'm gonna furnish you. You know, put this nice big fancy fence around here, but he not doing nothing.
Right.
Then you
Still
know.
got the chain link fence up there.
Right. You have to do your due diligence and pay attention to that because this is, and it goes both ways. Because if I was talking to a female and I love you, this, that, and the other, but your actions are not lining up.
That's true.
I'm not going to waste my time
speaks louder than words.
with you. And a lot of times, most women go in a situation and they know good and well that man they with and they talking to
That's true.
is don't have no attention, and you know he's saying what he want to say just to get it, and you play the game right along with him, and then get mad because you invested all this time and it did not turn out the way you wanted.
That's true.
But from the get-go, most people go into it already knowing that he's a waste of my time.
Yeah, most women do know that.
Because I look,
We try to change.
especially because I used to be honest, and I used to tell women, I'm not looking for a relationship. I'm looking for friendship. I'm focused on my career and other things right now. So if you want, and they still would,
So you
Listen,
we hard-headed.
We said
and they still lock in, and they be like, no, you gonna change your mind.
Yeah.
You gonna change your
Yeah,
mind.
that's true.
That's true.
And then
That's true.
and then what happens is now I'm out doing my thing, and you hurt.
But that's not cheating.
That's
Because
You're
you're
in a
honest.
relationship. That's not
Yeah,
cheating.
because you're honest.
Yeah, well, I was always really honest, so it was never really cheating. And then if I was in a relationship, and if I did cheat, I always give you a warning, plenty of warning before I was about to bounce. No, because yes,
What's the warning for? You can say, all right, I'm out. Not even I'm about to leave your ass.
Yeah.
I'm out.
No, because see, normally what I used to do is this. Because if I'm in a relationship with you and I cared about you, which means that I have invested time with you, and because I gave you time, I want you to fix what's wrong. So most of the time, I'm gonna tell you like, hey, what's up? Why what's up with the sex flow? Why we ain't having more sex? Hey, when we first got together, you used to cook all the time. Now I'm lucky if I get a hot meal once a week. What's going on? We're gonna have a come to Jesus meeting, and then after a while, if you continue to do that, what happens is this: I may not just say we done, it's over. What I do is I put up with you. Meanwhile, I'm looking at other applications and interviewing.
No offense, but that sounds like a woman. To be
Yeah.
honest, because we'll tell you like, babe, can we let's go out or let's go out to dinner at least once a month or goddamn, I want to get off the couch.
Yeah.
So we're vocal, and when you okay, cool, bye, keep going down the road. We're like, okay,
We already leave the
You know
situation way
y'all
before
check out
that.
emotionally first. Y'all check out emotionally first.
But I
men
feel like
normally
that's
check
what
out. Men check out the opposite.
But
Men check out
I
physically.
feel like hearing what you said, it sounded like you were checking out emotionally too, because you was like, wait a minute, we built a life or a contract. This was our contract of being together. You gonna cook, you gonna do, and I'm not saying that like
I don't like that.
How I said it.
I'm looking at it like a person with common sense. I'm logical. I'm a logical thinker.
Most men are logical.
Right. So when I look at everything has to make sense logical. I'm not like some women where 2 + 2 is supposed to equal 4, and some women look at 2 + 2 is supposed to equal 2,000, and I'm like,
how you get there?
show me that again. And I'm a logical thinker, so with everything, if I'm a cheat, I even cheat logically.
Okay, what does that mean?
Wait, what?
When I used to cheat logically, because my thing was I would never cheat, I would never downgrade.
Oh.
No, when you cheat, you're supposed to upgrade.
Right.
You're supposed to upgrade.
Right.
That's very bad.
But that's still guys that don't think it all the way through. Because my thing, you gonna cheat, you should cheat, and you as a guy.
Well, the woman at least be like, okay, I get it.
Well, see, no,
Right.
she need to look at her and like, I need to step my game up.
Well, no, I
my thing was always
I be comfortable with you who you are.
As a guy, my thing used to be like, well, you plan A, but plan B, if I get caught, plan B gotta be just as good as plan A, because if I'm gonna lose plan A,
I need something better.
I got right. Plan B got to be, cause if I'm entertaining you, I'm entertaining you for a reason.
Exactly.
So usually if I'm entertaining you, it's because plan A ain't handling her business, and more than likely I'm about to bounce on plan A.
Pointing at me.
This is not my girl.
I'm not a cheater.
But nothing is never perfect.
Like
nothing is perfect.
But like I said,
we can do the same too. You know.
I just feel like people
women cheat more than men.
Yeah, we can.
Yeah, we just
Y'all better cheaters.
Yes.
We just.
And they have a whole community that will work with
But
them.
I will say this. I will say this.
They have a whole community. A woman would cheat and her girlfriend would be like, nah, we was together at Applebee's. And you know, and men, we don't think that far.
They got contingency plans.
I'm not gonna call you.
We are in the fifth.
We was at the pool hall Friday night.
I don't know about
I don't know nothing about women cheating.
Women help each other out in that shit.
Like I say, men, they tell on themselves anyway. So
y'all lie.
Yeah, y'all can't.
It's like this. It's like this. You got a routine that you go through. Once you change your pattern,
y'all are routine.
you tell on yourself right there.
Y'all are routine.
Start switching up the pattern.
Pay attention, man. Change the routine every 6 months. Change your routine.
Once a week, so I'm used to. Oh, he just be doing
Exactly.
I can't put a. But you know they got this new thing called Find Your Phone. You can ping people.
That's
why you don't turn your locator over.
Yeah, I show you how to do that.
I'm not doing that.
But I will say this.
Then it's time to go.
Right.
Yeah.
I will say this though. A lot of men cheat just because they can. And they know they can get away with it.
Yeah.
Because a lot of women will stay there.
Right. Well, that's about setting your
then you have to
expectations.
accept the consequences that come with
So
that, knowing that because there's some consequences coming with that.
There's some consequences. But
I wake up in some hot grits.
Listen.
I'll agree.
No brick ball.
I met someone
Because
recently.
people take it for as long as they can take it, and you think, oh, it's cool, she's good with it. And you just don't know when somebody is going to
emotional, especially a woman emotional.
Well, I met a woman recently. Her husband was cheating, and she stayed with him. And the reason why she stayed with him because she said all the other good that he does outweighs the cheating.
So
she said he's a good father. He's a good provider. You know, he's good to her.
Yeah.
But other than that issue, she stayed because she said, I'm not going to throw away everything I have to go back out there and start all over. Especially when she hear all the horror stories of all of her friends that's single that's going through. So she's
that's BS.
I'm not
judging. Put that thing down.
I'm not judging.
I'm not judging.
I ain't mad at you.
I'm not judgmental about what she decides to do because you have to do what's right for you.
Exactly.
You have to do what's right for you, and if that's what she wants to do, that's her life. I ain't got to lay beside no cheater every night.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? If that's what she wants to do,
not and know it. Not and know it.
And you know, I had a conversation with one of my friends. They were like, "Well, could you date a professional basketball player or a professional player that's out there and they got millions of women around them that want them?" And I said, you know what? I'm not naive. I just think that I would be smart about it. If you are going to be involved with my husband, I will tell my husband, not none of these hoes. You're gonna have you're gonna have a non-disclosure agreement because your wife is never gonna know about it.
Yeah.
If you want to be involved with me, you come into this room and you sign this document. If you don't want to sign this document, you can exit stage left, and I'm gonna take the next that will sign the document. You know, you have to be smart, like you said, smart cheating.
But that just opened up the whole can of worms.
That just opened up I give you a second wife.
But what I'm saying is, you have to do what's okay for you. I mean, of course, you would have ain't gonna be no. But but I just feel like you have to do what works for you. If you have, I heard Jill Scott, one of the songs she said something about writing with a different pen on another day, and it's about being with another woman. Yeah. Can I accept if a man want to be with a different woman every now and again? The thing is, you have to be honest with whoever you're involved in because somebody will be what you want. If you want to pick your nose every third Wednesday of the month, somebody would be okay with walking in the house and you just digging in your nose.
I totally agree with you because that's like.
Why we gotta be digging in those?
Well, no, I'm just saying, whatever you want.
No, I totally agree with you
want.
because like what I'm starting to see in black communities, especially in the real upper class, you start to see a whole bunch of poly relationships.
Yeah.
And like, you know, and for a while that was like taboo.
Exactly.
You know, and now I'm seeing so much of it, you know, all over the place. Where
but is it right? Just because it's out there?
I don't think it's wrong.
But it depends on.
Here's my thinking.
It depends on who can.
If that works for your relationship, and especially because I'm like, they could justify it because it's almost like Adam and Eve. You know,
open relationships.
Yeah.
The poly relationship is basically
a
triangle.
Yeah.
Where a man has two women.
Yeah.
But it can be a lot of I can't think of the name, but your wife can have a boyfriend too.
Yeah, exactly.
There's
a lot of that.
That's the swapping thing.
Yeah.
That's
see,
swapping.
The man can accept with but they can't accept with the
but actually, no, hold on. In our community, black men is not getting. I have not met a black man, and I know some white guys that's cool with that. Now, you know, and most black men are not accepting that.
Well,
you know,
if my man gonna ask me for another woman, I'm gonna ask for another
woman. I think it's polyamory. I think it's called.
Yeah, you got polyamory.
One person got two
women.
Yeah.
Yes, and
comedian D. Ray Davis has
even
both of his girlfriends live with him.
And
Williams for the Clippers, he in the same situation.
Yeah, Lou Williams.
And you know, Lou Williams is same situation, and it's a lot. It's happening a lot, and it's preventing cheating because it's almost like what's happening is this: you can eat from this tree and this tree, but you can't from the other trees.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like now let's be real.
It's gonna be a no for me.
But for most guys not gonna turn it out a 2-for-1 deal. Even most women ain't gonna turn it out a 2-for-1 deal. They would drive their car an extra hour to go buy one shoe, get the other shoe free. So now, from a man's perspective, most men are not gonna turn that down. They're gonna say, "I get the 2-for-1 deal." And when I came back to that,
we're the same. I'm not doing that.
Yeah, but different
different folks.
Exactly.
I don't knock it, but you know, it's happening, and it's
happening.
And it's preventing cheating for a lot of
swingers as well. That's the new thing as well. So it's not.
That's like an open relationship to me.
Yeah, but like you said, it's
screwing anybody you want to.
I'm not for
that. They say they'll watch.
I'm not for that. Not me.
You can prevent cheating. You can prevent forest fires, but not. You can.
Because I know earlier before you came, we was talking about you cannot do nothing 100%, and we was talking about earlier how kids change the dynamics of a relationship and how life happens, and in life, because in most relationships, if we be honest and be real, the relationship change once you get married.
Mm-hmm.
You have 2 or 3 kids.
Mm-hmm.
Your day, all your attention now focused on them. So, and then most women feel like I build a collateral with my husband, and you start slacking in that area. So how can you prevent cheating when it's only 24 hours in a day and you can't give but so much of yourself to work? At church, you might be an AKA. You got that going on. You got so much going on. I defend women all the time because I think it's hard. It's hard for women, really, because when you look at all that they do and manage, and then on top of that have to manage a husband, and husbands require just as much attention as the kids do.
Exactly.
As kids do. And I'm a grown man, and I'm saying, look, I
say childish.
No. But you know what you signed up for. If you don't want to do that, then don't get in a relationship.
But I think this is what I think too. Okay, but this when we talk about husbands having to take care of, I think I want to go all the way back to starting with the relationship. Yeah. I think that cheating stems from the void, and when you are honest with yourself about what you need to be happy. So before you get in a relationship, you need to know what I need to be happy. If I need somebody to send me a gift every Monday, if I need to have sex 3 times a week, if I need to eat out once a week, you got to be honest about what makes you happy. And if you decide you find somebody that you want to spend your life with or spend the next few years with, you got to say, hey, look, this is what makes me happy. Yeah. Can you agree to give me this? And I mean, as an adult,
communication.
I think that we're all going to grow and change if we're trying to be better people. And you have to understand, even when you meet somebody, we're going to grow and change and evolve. And it is my desire to love you in every stage of life.
Exactly.
So you got to understand yourself. We're going to change. And I even tell my friends, if I meet somebody and I'm in love with them and we grow out of love, you have to be okay with that.
Exactly.
You can't tell nobody, you gonna love me for the rest of your days. In 20 years, 18 years, right? You gotta be okay with that. If you love somebody, you love them no matter how much they change.
Exactly.
You're not gonna stay in love with a person over time.
You know,
that's just gonna change. Ups and downs.
It's an ebb and flow.
Right. You're gonna be married to
you have to choose to love somebody.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And
true. It's a choice.
Love is seasonal.
It is.
That's why earlier we were saying that. To me, I'd rather build my relationship on friendship. I'd rather be your best friend than ever be your man.
That is so true.
I don't want to be your man. I'd rather be your best friend and with the benefits of the man.
Yeah.
See, my whole thing is when you start a relationship, once you get titles, don't change it. Keep being the same person you were. Because everybody changes once they get
that's hard because
my aunt told me don't start anything you can't continue putting.
Exactly.
So if you don't want it, don't be trying to look cute. I'm gonna follow your clothes.
Right.
Don't do it.
So true.
I'll cook you breakfast and make or
like
set
you
the
said earlier,
expectation.
when that changes, that's when the whole relationship changes.
Right. And then
I ain't doing nothing. Look, I'm inconsistent. I'll do breakfast maybe 1-2 days a week. You know which days. You know, it's special.
So you say you're gonna be inconsistent?
You know, because that's like with anybody.
You don't find a man that can deal with that.
Right. You gotta get what works for you.
Exactly. Once you're used to something, you want it all the time.
Exactly.
And as soon as you don't get it,
it's a problem.
What's going on? You made my breakfast.
Well, it's not just that. I think people outgrow each other, and I think the common reasons of breakups to me and cheating and everything is usually outgrowing each other. Yeah. And most people don't never really accept the fact that we outgrew each other.
Sometimes the person grow this way, the other one.
Because the person I've been married 13 years now. The person I was when I got married 13 years ago, I'm not the same person now. And my wants and needs from that guy to here has totally changed.
But y'all supposed to grow together.
Right. Now me and my wife have grown together.
That's what I'm saying.
Because
that's the whole basis.
We're very like-minded, and then we both are very flexible people. And that's what having the right person to be with. And my relationship
goes back to the first wife.
My relationship is not built off of
friendship.
It is friendship and more logic. And we think, and she like-minded like me, but we think more logical and not so much emotional. So we understand that this is going to happen, and we know how to recognize it, and then we make the adjustment to it.
Wow.
Because what happens is most people don't make the adjustment.
That's true.
And
emotions are in it.
Right, because you take your emotion, and then look, truth be told, I broke up with women because they was not grown.
I done that too.
And then one time I went back to an ex, and I'm like, you at the same place where I left you at. And I was like,
it has to be grown.
And then she got mad and was hurt because I broke up with her.
But that's an individual thing, because you have some folks that are complacent with it in life and don't want, long as the bills paid or everything in life is just going as is. That's what they want. They complacent like that. So I just think that's an individual thing.
Yeah, but most men set goals and most men want to grow. Most men.
Most are a lot.
Okay, we're gonna do a lot. We're not gonna do more.
A lot of men. If you get an educated, usually most educated men,
they have goals.
Yeah, they're always setting goals, and once they accomplish those goals,
I'm like that.
You make new ones.
5 year
Right, because once I meet these goals, because I'm like that. Once I set these goals,
I have to work towards something.
I got these next goals. Then I got the next goals after that I'm setting, and I'm always looking at growing, and then I'm looking at my goals that my wife is setting, and how can I be effective in pushing her goals?
That's how it's supposed to be.
It's
a team thing.
And then even in doing that, it's still making sure that I'm appealing to all her needs. And now being a cheater, I always being a cheater, it helps me even more as a husband, because being the other man, it allowed me to learn from everybody else's mistake of how to better please my wife and how to not leave room for the other man.
Yeah.
So
that's how you prevent cheating, right?
Right. And that's why most men that cheat, that used to be cheaters, they actually do make good husbands, because a lot of times you learn from your experience. You learn from sleeping with married women. You really learn. Okay, how did I get her?
But the whole key to that is that they grow. If they don't grow,
that's true.
Right.
That's true. Wow.
That was good.
So, what we gonna do, we gonna come back and wrap up in just a few minutes. So y'all, keep it right there.
Welcome back, everyone. We have our guests, Superior and Natalie, along with my co-host, DJ Steele. We are going to be recapping on Why Do People Cheat? Part 2. So, Superior, you want to give a little recap of what our discussion was and why do people cheat?
Well, we talked about different areas people cheat in.
A lot of areas.
Like sexual addiction, feeling a lot of voids, and, but basically, we're not going to cover it all. We didn't try to cover it all.
Nope.
This is an ongoing discussion.
Yeah. And every man,
part of our series.
Exactly.
Every man is different. Every man is unique, and a lot of it to me, I think we should focus more on trying to prevent it and recognize things before they even get there. A lot of women need to pay attention to actions, not what they're saying, and do better at interviewing to try to pick up signs of what he really wants, and not just getting so caught up in, he sounds so pretty, recognizing, look past that, look past the compliments, and recognize practical things and look at it from a logical standpoint and see, okay, does this guy just want butt, or do he really want me?
That's true.
And you really can tell.
That is real talk, viewers.
Yeah, you really
talk.
can tell.
Right.
Okay, Natalie, give us yours.
Well, I was able to share my views, and I did learn some things today about, how cheating or dating or marrying a cheater can be beneficial. Like, that changed the way I view cheaters, I guess. Because he was able to, create a world with his wife that he may not have been able to do had he not had that experience. Yes. Being with other people. So, it's not always it's not once a cheater, always a cheater, clearly. And so I think that
I'm a reformed cheater.
I learned that today, but I do think that, like we all said, cheating stems from there being a void, and if we focus on, what we need and talk about what we need, communicate in our relationships, I think we can prevent cheating.
That does not mean go out there and cheat.
Exactly. It's a choice. Cheating is a choice.
If you are cheating now, you have to grow out of it. Grow out of it.
As Steve Harvey said, come in the barn. On one of his shows.
Come in the barn.
If a man over 45 still cheating, he needs to, come in the house. And just chill. He said 45. You need to come in the house and chill.
More sure, because who's going to take care of you when you 70?
Oh, that is a whole different subject, because a little 28-year-old girl. What, you got national security? They're plenty girls and
we're going to leave that there for another discussion.
We want to thank y'all for listening and watching us tonight. Well, this evening, this morning, one of them.
Whenever you're
anyway,
watching.
That's right. Whenever you're watching. That's
us.
right. So just make sure you tune in every Tuesday night for a new episode on Ringside Rhetoric. If you have a topic you want us to discuss, hit us up on our email, rsrhetoric@gmail.com. Don't forget to go on our Facebook page, our Instagram page, and our Twitter page at Ringside Rhetoric. Until next week. Peace.
See
Yeah.
ya.
Think I guessed again.
Yes, tune in.
It's your man's DJ Steele along with Miss Charmaine. We're hitting truth in the face cause that's our claim to fame. We're gonna talk about the topics no one talks about. We gotta find us a solution to the problem we got. It's time to take it to the ring, let's get it on and pop in. We're strapping on the gun so we can get this thing rocking. Gonna keep it 100, that's as real as it gets. Now it's time to hit you with that ringside rhetoric.
Round two and what we say Mike's thing. We coming live, hitting truth in the face, popping good topics so that you can relate. So take a backseat to the BS chatter. Recognize real on the topics that matter to our society. Let go of your pride. Listen real close that we take you ringside.
Heavyweight bout, hitting every topic's what the show is about. We hit them with a left, we hit them with a right. We got a KO, we on fire tonight. One topic down, now we're looking for some others. As long as God's first, the real will be uncovered. Body blow, headshot, then another body blow. Now that we have your attention, on with the show.